Those fans, what's good? We're back, and today we're going to be talking about DeMar DeRozan's media day availability. And the last one we did was by AK and Billy. This one's going to be about DeRozan, though, so let's get right into it. So the first thing they talk about is DeMar said anyone under 24 is going to visit him this summer to put in some work with him. So he's talking about like Dalen Terry, Patrick Williams, and all the young guys coming to work with him so they can get more stuff and add more stuff to their bag and work on a lot of stuff that needs to be worked on. They really need to improve for the next season because the Bulls need some extra help, and the young guys, we really need them to develop and be better players. And the next thing they talk about is, or the next thing that the reporters asked DeMar is, like, that things have to be tweaked. He said that things have to be tweaked or changed in the lineup to a certain extent to help the team improve and help the team be better and just help the team overall to win. We really need a lot of new things in the lineup to help us, but that's what DeMar said. He thinks that there should be a few tweaks and changes to the roster, but he also said we need to figure out the things and stuff that fits for the team, like the players, coaching staff probably, and everything. We really need to find what fits and helps us out, and I think he has a good point because there's a lot of things that definitely need to be tweaked or changed, especially maybe like with coaching and stuff. But he said we were a hell of a defensive team, which is very true, especially in the second half post All-Star break. We were a very good All-Star team. Well, not All-Star team. We were very good after the All-Star break, and we were very good defensively. Our offensive rating wasn't the best. That's what we really struggled with, but our best was definitely defensive. We had a very high defensive rating throughout the league. I think we were top 10 in defensive rating. But it's not even about scoring in the clutch for the Bulls, but it's time more about knowing your personnel and who you're guarding and rotations in defense. That's what DeMar said. He said it's more about personnel and who you're guarding. You need to know who you're guarding for like one-on-one matchups. You need to know what's in their bag, what they can do, if they like right or left, driving right or left, and you got to know what's in their bag and what they can do if you want to guard them and keep them from scoring. He said Chicago has been everything for him, which is a good sign, but DeMar is, I don't know if I want him back. I don't know if I want him back. He relies too much on the ISO game, and it slows our offense down very much, and it affects like the fast-paced players like Zach, Kobe, Javante, AC, all those players that want to like run the break and run the fast break and get transition points. He really slows that down and really slows them down from getting those points on transition. But we'll see how it goes after this season, or if we trade him during this offseason or before the trade deadline, because after this season he's going to be a free agent, so we'll see how that goes. But he also said we improved, but we had so much inconsistency. Our offense and defense was very inconsistent, and so was our players. Like Zach and Vooch and DeMar too, we'll add him into that picture. They were all very inconsistent on their games and everything. DeMar definitely this season became definitely a better passer and facilitator. He definitely improved a lot on that, and he definitely improved on being a good teammate and everything. But I think that the consistency needs to be leveled out, so we can definitely, if we can do that, we can definitely improve and start winning more games, because if the consistency's there, we'll be consistent on the offensive end and the defensive end. He started talking about, DeMar started talking about P. Will. They asked him a few questions about him. He said he improved on his comfort this season. He has raw talent and doesn't even know or realize it. That means P. Will, DeMar knows how talented P. Will is, but P. Will, he doesn't see it and doesn't really use it to his full potential. Because his full potential, he definitely has a high ceiling, but he really needs to gain the confidence and the drive to definitely put in, and he needs to put all that work in. We call him Baby Kawhi. That's little Kawhi Leonard. We need him to put in a lot of work this offseason to improve on especially offense. But post All-Star break, he was definitely looking a lot better to look for his open shots, his mid-range shots and everything. But besides P. Will, that's what DeMar said about P. Will. But DeMar said he hasn't really talked about contract extensions with the Bulls, and he doesn't really worry about that with them. He doesn't really let that get in the way of his play of basketball. He said he lets his play of basketball give them the reasonings or whatever to give him the amount on the contract, so that he just lets his play determine his contract basically. So if he doesn't really worry about the contracts, he just goes and plays ball. But DeMar also said that him and Zach are getting more and more comfortable as a duo, and I can definitely agree with that. They definitely have been really comfortable together and everything. But I feel DeMar, their play styles are completely different, but it happens. There's plenty of those people on different teams. But DeMar said he doesn't pay attention to the critics about him not being a good fit or duo because their play styles being different. As I said, their play styles are very different, but many teams have two players that play styles are very different, but they find a way to figure it out and play with them. And DeMar says he has never gotten to play with such a talented and gifted wing like Zach, and like a winger slash guard. But Zach is very talented, as DeMar says, and DeMar knows what he's talking about because DeMar is very good at what he does. And DeMar says that Zach pushed him to be a better teammate. Zach is a great teammate. He's very helpful with the young guys and everything. And DeMar is definitely improved with that, especially with facilitating the ball. And DeMar gives a lot of props to Kobe White in the media day of availability for putting in so much work to be better. He gives a lot of props to Kobe White on his handles, his shooting, and everything. He said that Kobe White is a very gifted player too, and he thinks that Kobe White has put in a lot of work, and he's very impressed on his work ethic throughout throughout the year that he's been with Chicago and seeing Kobe White improve. But that's all for the media availability breakdown for DeMar, and that's gonna be it. But I'll see you guys later, and see you Red Bulls fans.